In the perplexing universe of VIP connections, few stories have spellbound the public very like the continuous show among Papoose and Remy Mama. The once strong connection between the two hip jump craftsmen has gone under serious investigation with bits of gossip about disloyalty, public showdowns, and a developing gap that takes steps to cut off their 15-year friendship. Papoose and Remy Mama's romantic tale has been a thrill ride of ups and downs. Papo remained close by during her 6-year detainment, showing unfaltering dedication and, in any event, endeavoring a trying escape. At one point, their responsibility was fixed with marriage promises traded via telephone, a demonstration of their persevering through association. Together, they invited a wonderful child, young lady, in 2018, cementing their status as a power couple in the music business. Anyway, breaks started to show up in the groundwork of their relationship. A couple of months prior, reports surfaced about Remy's supposed treachery with an underground rapper named Simple to impede Commander. What added a dreamlike contort to the story was the way that Simple was a heartfelt premium, as well as a dear companion of Papoose for quite a long time. This selling out appeared to slice profound, prompting a behind the stage, a conflict where Papoose purportedly genuinely defied Simple, leaving him oblivious. The public clamor strengthened as hip jump specialists and fans burdened the contention. Rapper G. Gaddy freely uncovered Remy for undermay Ong Papoose during a rap fight at Fuel. To the generally blasting fire in spite of the public scene, Papoose decided to stay quiet, declining to participate in the web-based dramatization coordinated by EASN. Remy. As the show unfurled, Remy and Simple were spotted on different public trips, apparently proud in regards to their freshly discovered relationship. The age distinction among Remy and Simple turned into a purpose in conversation, with EAS being 8 years more youthful than Remy, who herself is 1.0 years more youthful than Papoose. Public presentations of fondness and virtual entertainment posts proposed that Remy and E were parading their relationship, maybe as a reaction to the continuous show. Tasha K., a tattle blogger, further filled the fire by releasing a photograph of Remy and Simple on a heartfelt date at Applebee's. The spilled picture added a visual aspect to the continuous adventure, clarifying that the relationship was not only talk. Notwithstanding the visual proof, the complexity of their association stayed a secret to the public, leaving space for hypothesis about the idea of their collaborations in the fallout. AIO of E talking about his relationship with Remy released affirming their association and revealing insight into the actual squabble with Papoose Manding the mounting proof. Papoose kept up with his quietness, deciding not to add fuel to the generally seething fire. The public anticipated any assertion or explanation from Papoose, adding a demeanor of tension to the unfurling account. What is happening took a turn when Remy, trying to move, delivered a stanza on the Mary J. B. tune, Gone Perpetually. In the melody she sang to put liability on Papoose for the breakdown of their marriage, guaranteeing he didn't esteem her. Papoose, disappointed with attempt at finger-pointing, at last ended his quiet. He shared the credits of the melody on his Instagram stories, uncovering that he was the person who conceptualized the tune in 2022, exposing that it was about to air. New difficulties. A delegated Instagram post. Papo hammered Remy and her fans for sustaining misleading accounts, expressing that the tune was old and originated before their ongoing inconveniences. This undeniable a defining moment in Papo's methodology, flagging that he had arrived at his limit and was done able to endure the irreverence and public dramatization. As Papoose protected his commitments to the melody, fans hypothesized on the legitimacy of Remy's refrains and whether they genuinely mirrored the elements of their relationship. As the debate unfurled, different news sources got on the story, enhancing the account to a more extensive crowd. Fans and devotees tipped to web-based entertainment stages to impart their insights and responses, transforming the confidential battles of Papoose and Remy into a public display. The computerized AGA's impact on forming public discernments and the job of virtual entertainment in dispersing individual stories became focal subjects of conversation. Encompassing the VIP couple, the VIP couple's once confidential life turned into a subject of extreme public examination. Hypotheses about the hidden issues and their relationship ran rampant. Fans separated into camps, some supporting Papoose for his honorable quietness, While others felt for Remy's endeavors to shield her activities, the polarization of popular assessment added a layer of intricacy to the account, mirroring the difficulties of exploring an individual emergency under he full concentrations eyes of an assorted and obstinate crowd in a surprising development. Remy Greenery's dear companion, an individual rapper Fat Joe, said something regarding the contention during a radio meeting. Fat Joe communicated worry for both Papoose and Remy, recognizing the difficulties of keeping a relationship in the public eye. His comments added a layer of intricacy to the account, featuring the effect of notoriety on private connections. As a veteran in the business, Fat Joe's experience C's gave a nuanced viewpoint on the battles looked by couples snared in the realm of superstar. As the story kept on unfurling, obviously the show among Papoose and Remy Mama was an individual issue as well as an impression of the difficulties looked by high-profile couples in media outlets. The strain of keeping an ideal picture, combined with the steady investigation from people in general, added to the disentangling of a relationship that had whenever been viewed as immovable. The more extensive discussion about the cost of acclaim on private lives reverberated, with crowds igniting conversations about the penances requested by media outlets, with the public presently profoundly put resources into the couple's very own battles. It brings up issues about the effect of acclaim on connections, the results of circulating confidential issues out in the open, and the cost it takes on people under the consistent brightness of the spotlight. The adventure among Papoose and Remy Moth fills in as a wake-up call for VIPs, exploring the sensitive harmony between private life and public picture, the persevering through interest with VIP rail connections, and the obscured limits among public and confidential accounts highlight the difficulties looked by those pushed into the spotlight in the repercussions of the public disclosures. Papo wound up at a junction. The nobility with which he took care of the circumstance, carport support from fans who respected his restriction, even with public embarrassment, is he wrestled with the difficulties of patching a wrecked marriage. The public conjectured on the eventual fate of his relationship with Remy Mama. Papo's process became symbolic of flexibility, provoking conversations about the significance of dignity and defining limits even with public examination. In spite of the strife, Papo's vocation stayed a point of convergence for the two. Fans and pundits lauded his impressive skill, featuring his capacity to compartmentalize private matters while conveying strong exhibitions. Others addressed whether the ongoing dramatization would lastingly affect his profession direction, stressing the unforgiving idea of media outlets. The crossing point of individual and expert accounts added a layer of intricacy to the public's impression of Papoose, provoking conversations about the difficulties looked by specialists and keeping up with their imaginative concentration in the midst of individual disturbance. As the media craze proceeded, with Remy M set out on an excursion of self-reflection, the public investigation constrained her to stand up to the outcomes of her activities and assess the decisions that prompted the present status of her relationship. While some censured for apparent double crossings, others understood the intricacies of exploring distinction, individual cravings, and the determined quest for satisfaction. Remy Greenery's public persona turned into a material for conversations about the intricacies of womanhood, organization, and the cultural demands put on high-profile figures. The advancing account likewise focused on the more extensive issue of security in the computerized age. The obscured lines among public and confidential life turned into a focal topic, starting discussion about the morals of VIP tattle, paparazzi culture, and the obligation of news sources in molding public insights. The Papoose and Remy Mama adventure turned into a contextual analysis in the difficulties looked by people when their own lives are presented to them. Unrelenting look of an unquenchable public energetic for everything about adventure of Papoose and Remy Mama rose above common VIP tattle, developing into a cultural reflection on affection, versatility, and the outcomes of decisions made in the public eye. It incited people to ponder the delicate idea of connections, the effect of outside impacts, and the significance of correspondence in exploring the intricacies of adoration. As general society wrestled with the unfurling dramatization, the couple story turned into a mirror reflecting